about to give you a brief yet comprehensive insight onto this game. A nice little review of the leveling up, what I personally feel for the game, having played Gran Turismo 5, and just basically how this game operates. So this is the main menu. Okay, use the left stick to move this mouse up and down, or you can use the directional pad to quickly get to the options that you need. They have different ways to get to the home function, which shows you all your various stats, um, cars, garage, that sort of stuff. Yeah, uh, this is where your cars would be stored. Yeah, typically all, and then you can sort it out all that way. If I press circle, get back to the main screen, press options on your controller, and then here's your stats. Right. Um, Friends list. Yep, and you can click on them and see their own stats, etc., etc. So the main thing about this game, right? You start off, you can't actually go online yet. That would be locked until you do something called race etiquette, I believe, which is over here. Uh, Race etiquette. You'll have to do this, which would then basically have two sections. You finish one, it'll have lessons where they'll teach you stuff and so on and so forth.
What is sportsmanship? Welcome to the Racing Etiquette.
So that's that. You'd have to go through both of these, pass through it, and once you've done that, you can then go online. They have various races that they do that you can, you know, apply to enter, qualify, and then hopefully win. If you go on to campaign, which is predominantly what most gamers, completionists, would like to do, right? You've got a driving school, mission challenge, and circuit experience. Driving school is predominantly teaching you about particular racetracks, where sections of racetracks, but how you can get through it, and basically using your brakes, when to use it, all that sort of stuff. How to start really getting a feel for the dynamics of Gran Turismo sport, and the cars in particular. As you can see, the cars change on the bottom right, depending on the challenge. Once you finish a layer of all of these, you unlock a car. It could be 1 out of 4 cars, 1 out of 5 cars. It really depends on which series you finish, right? The next step would be mission challenge, and have you noticed I've done 100% of the first one, 28% of the second one. Progressively, it's gone down, and this is kind of where Gran Turismo Sport really loses it for me. Similar thing to the last one. You finish all of them, and you get a car at the end, right? Um, I've stopped for whatever reason. I just decided to play online. The last one is circuit experience. On here, it's exactly the same, except you cannot get bronze. You on the circuits. If you want to unlock a car, you need to get all gold, and you can just go through all of them. And for argument's sake, let's select this one. You'll have those 4, and then a 1 lap attack. Beat the time, and you'll get gold. Okay. They've got arcades, so you can just do a single race, time trial, drift trial, which are quite fun. And as you can see, VR tour if you have the headset. Um, One thing that I would like to show you, this shows you your current car, the level of the car, and the name of the car, the amount of money you have. This you get. It's actually called mileage exchange, right? So you can use these points here that you get from completing races over here. Now you can unlock helmets, cars. They really do change depending on what it is you want. Um, and yeah, it's like a shopping thing just for that for those mileage points. Um, let's go down to here. It shows you your daily mileage. So if we press options again, we'll go back. It has a graph. It shows you how many miles you've done and the dates at which you've done those miles. If you've noticed, I have not completed that, but if you get past this yellow line here, which is your driving marathon at 26 miles, you unlock a car. Any car. It could be the same car or it could be a new car. Um, I will be doing that later today. But what else could I show you? So my daily miles is 0. I haven't done any today. Over here you can see my current level, and then you got these two things here which I'm not too sure which one's which, but one of them is your skill rating as a driver, and then is your the other one is your rating as you drive with people. So if you keep constantly hitting people and hitting them in the back and crashing them inside, basically not being considerate on the road, then on the racetrack, then that rating would go down. When you go into lobby, people can actually set certain lobbies to have that quite high up. So if you're a very bad driver, you might not even see that lobby. So it makes sense to try and just keep that as high as possible. Um, the thing that's lost me in this game is I just find it too linear. I coming from GT5 where you could gift cars to your friends and get through certain challenges and stuff. I found that quite fun and as you level up, but with this it's very much just a driving simulator. You do the racetracks, you do it teaches you about driving and as much as I like that, I'm also I just kind of want to customize the cars. So you can do that to some extent, but I don't know. I just I kind of just stepped away from it because it wasn't giving me that joy, you know. Um, in terms of the customization of the cars, if I go to a livery editor, right, this is where you can customize the design of cars, your helmets, and I'll just show you it quick. So you got a Bugatti there, and you can just paint it, decals, all that sort of stuff. It goes on to various other options. You can change the background if you want to see what it's like outdoors, right? Um, let's go back. If you want to actually customize the cars per se, you need to get to home, get to garage, or car settings will do. So you go to garage, you pick a car, go to car settings, and then over here you can see the mileage points, which are here, be used to upgrade the car. Now I've upgraded this car, but if I go back and pick a car that I haven't upgraded, for example the Clio, quite nice that when you pick the car it starts the engine so you can hear what the Clio sounds like. Go to car settings. Oh, sorry about that. Let's go to car settings. There you go. So it would now cost me a total of 342 if you look on the top right to get from level 2 to 3. Um, so that's how much mileage points, and basically what that does is it increases how much more I can take it above 130 or how much less I can reduce it from 70 to even, I don't know, 60. So you have quite a range of tuning the car. Weight limit, same thing. You can take it below 89 or above 117. However, I've maxed out, so it's now maxed. Traction control, you can turn it off or as much as 5. The tires, you can change it to really wherever you want in front and the rear. Brake balance, you've got a lot of customization here. But I just don't find it as enjoyable. Yeah. Customized gear ratios, you can either have it standard or customize it per gear. They've added this balance of performance, so when you go online, if you select this to on, um, the, the the game will automatically try and balance the car that you picked to match the cars in the lobby. It's good, but if you have a really low car, then you know you there's only so much you can do with a bad car. What else do we have? So yeah, that's pretty much Gran Turismo Sport, and this is where I just find it just not giving me enough. I found that Gran Turismo 5 had so much more to give on PS3, and you think on a better console it would give you a lot more to do, but they really focus on the graphics, which is great, but the content just doesn't do it for me. It's not enough. Um, so so yeah, that but my review of this would have to be out of 10. I would probably say it's on 4 out of 10 because I bought it only, let's say, 2 weeks ago, and it just hasn't given me that enjoyment. I just feel it's lacking. Um, but I mean, if you're a car enthusiast and you like this sort of stuff, what it's made for, which is just driving and not customizing loads of things, and you know, then you may like it. What I'm doing now is just going to show you the lobby quick. So if you're playing with friends, so let's say you're on a party chat and you're with friends, you can click here, show only rooms with friends, and if they're already in the lobby, then it would only show you those lobbies. So if I click that, currently there's no friends online playing in any lobbies, so nothing will show up. But if you did, they would show up. You can see here he's got balance of performance race, so he's created a lobby which includes that. I'll create a room and show you all the options that you have. Now I've created many rooms, so if I load settings, let's do Brands Hats for example. I've called it Drive to Learn. Right. So if you created a lobby, all this would be blank, and you'd have to select it. So the name, the race type, which you can, driving for pleasure, for example. Um, Fixed room ownership, no. So if I leave the room owning the lobby, the ownership will pass to someone else. This is what I said about the car rating. So if you have that higher up, you might find that not many people are available to play, because if you're quite good, then you're in that elitist level of gameplay. Maximum people that can play circuits, how cloudy, rainy, whatever you want it to be. Um, to be honest, I haven't really seen an ability to get it rainy, which is interesting. Um, Grid start or rolling start. You can select the order where you want it, fastest lap or by you. Um, Damage boost, fuel depletion. It's really fun if you wanna just add something in there. If you turn fuel depletion on, then you'd have initial fuel level, which you'd probably want to set, reasonably. I'd say about 5 liters to make it tricky, so that they have to, get in, and it just makes it a bit more fun. Let's see. You can limit the brake horsepower. Let's do this. Let's create this. Alright, so we're gonna create the room. And people should eventually join. So I've selected 600 brake horsepower, as you know. Let's see what cars we've got at 600 brake horsepower. You get into this, press square to type any messages that you want. If you want to had some questions from my friends, like when you're in the lobby, how do you select a car if they change the type of car that you have? So to do that, you just simply need to go up to the top left where you see the GT logo and go right once to race settings. And as long as there's change car, and as long as you haven't entered the race, so there's two ways to enter the race. You can enter it provisionally, so that if the owner of the lobby starts the race, you don't, sit on the sidelines. You're actually in the race. Or alternatively, go to track. So if you're in track, you're entering the race. That's how it works. The thing is, once you enter the race by clicking this button here, you're unable to change your car because you've said that, yeah, I'm going to choose that car. So the only way to do that is to cancel your entry, go back here, change car. A great tip is when you enter a lobby, go here and always try and go into view event settings, and over here you'd be able to see what yourself or the owner has set the lobby at. One of the key things you want to check is the brake horsepower, the category of the cars available, and any limitations that they put in place. Ideally you want to be checking fuel, because sometimes they chuck that in there just to throw you off. So let's go to change car. A great way to pick a good car is to head to change view, which is on the top right. Once you click that, you can narrow out your search depending on what you really want. So I'm going to do it by power, as 600 horsepower was what I chose the lobby. As you can see, I've got two cars here sitting close to 600. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for some four-wheel drive ones. Or maybe this GTI VGT one seems quite good, so I'm going to pick that one. Right, and we've got one person in the race, so I'm just going to comment quick and tell him the race starts in 30 seconds. Yeah, just so that he knows. So now if I go to don't spectate, let's go to car settings. I've got a pretty decent car there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to customize my car a little bit to how I want it. I kind of want to just be quite quick around here. So let's go onto here, and then we can start to race this guy. Right, so to start a race, press options, and then start race. Right, the controls on this can be changed, but circles handbrake, I've changed it so that R2 is my accelerator and L2 is my brake. If you press in the left analog stick, you can flash your lights, as I'm doing now. We used to use an AMG, it's pretty good. Well, I haven't got high hopes of winning this race, but I will try. It's only 2 laps. Oh, he spun off. I spun him off and I went off the track. Oh no. Oh no. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy. He's not going 11 seconds behind. He's not gonna be happy. Let's just chat to him and see. Sorry. About he's catching up to me though. Oh, victory. Right, so I can actually show you a win now. So once you win, your name gets posted on the front. But there's always a 30-second delay after a race as a minimum, so to give people chances to finish the race. Obviously, if you finish the race, you get a bit more experience and a bit more points. Let's just wait till this goes, and then you can see what happens. Alright, he's left. He was upset, but basically I would have earned some experience points there. He kind of left in between, so now what we can do is race settings, event details. Right, you can just cancel this. Cancel that. Right, so if you want to buy any new cars, Brand Central is where you want to go. It's got a list of cars here, as you can see. Yeah, that's as far as it goes. As you progress through the game, you get accomplishments, and that is thrown down here on the bottom right. So when one of these flash, you just need to press X on it and click it and gain the experience points. And I think that is pretty much Gran Turismo. I mean, there's really not that much more to show you. So I hope you like this video. You know, comment, like, share, that sort of stuff. See you later, guys.